water and sanitation issues are becoming a top priority for the United Nations in terms of the whole sustainable development agenda. So we are prioritizing water and sanitation. And in that, the challenges are so great and so complex that it's clear that governments alone, UN agencies alone, won't be able to solve the problem. Collective action will need to be the order of the day. Governments, UN agencies working side by side with civil society, community groups, and importantly the business community to make progress on these key issues. I mean, it's predicted that by 2030, on current trends, almost 2/3 of humanity may live in water-stressed regions. And water demand will hugely outstrip water supply in many parts of the world. So all stakeholders have a role to play in helping to solve this problem. For companies, it's both, I think, an ethical issue, but also a business issue, because they rely on water so much within their direct operations and also their supply chain. So almost all company is a water company to some extent in terms of their water use. I think more companies are beginning to recognize how much water they do use in their production processes, for instance, and to be part of the solution to the problem rather than being seen as part of the problem. One of the sort of corporate philosophies or management approaches that we're advancing is the concept of corporate water stewardship, which is a bit different than corporate water management. The idea is a more holistic sense of being a steward of water within a business operation. And so our definition of corporate water stewardship includes 6 elements, and it means a commitment to improving water management within your direct operations, but also in your supply chain. Secondly, to work in the community to look at issues like water access and sanitation, which is another important related issue. Thirdly, the area of collective action, how companies can work together and with other stakeholders to solve the problem. Fourthly, the area of responsible public engagement, so how companies can talk with, for instance, the policymakers here to help better understand water governance issues and perhaps contribute in responsible ways to new policies and systems. And finally, the area of transparency and disclosure, so companies really being transparent and reporting on how they're engaging in all these ways. Starting with 5 companies in the Sea Water Mandate, when the UN Secretary General launched the initiative in 2007, we now have over 100, in fact 114 as of today. And they represent a diverse group of sectors. So we have apparel, we have agriculture, consumer goods, mining, construction, pharmaceutical, etc. So it's a very diverse group. And importantly, we have now 6 South American, Latin American companies that have endorsed the Sea Water Mandate. So it's very important that we have a presence here in this region as well, given the water challenges. The requirement is a CEO commitment, so it's a leadership commitment, and this is important in terms of elevating the commitment and the pledge at the highest levels of the company. We are a voluntary initiative like the broader Global Compact, but we cannot substitute for effective regulation, I think was your point.
Yeah.
That regulation is critically important, and then we complement that with voluntary initiatives that mainly focus on partnerships and collaboration. That's why our Water Action Hub is so important in terms of helping stakeholders find one another to make progress on these issues. So we complement regulation. We should never be a substitute for it.